respected Manish ji, Amit ji, and the scholars in the audience from various parts of the country who have come to Kashi to join this conference. This is the valedictory session, and for the last 2 days, since morning to evening, we have been here enjoying the presentations of scholars from various parts of the nation. The topics taken by the Indica were extremely wide, and it almost covered all the aspects of Shaivism, I think, starting from the art to culture and every part of the country, from Assam to Tamil Nadu, from Kashmir, and even I think the central part of the India is not taken up. I think Mahakaleshwar and all these things, Omkareshwar, Mahakaleshwar, there is a big scope for Shaivism. So it is a great success, and you came here, joined this conference, whatever facilities, limited facilities that the university system have, that we provided you, and you accepted it, you enjoyed it. I think that's a great favor, and वो हमारा बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है जिसको हम कहेंगे कि आपने 2 दिन तक यहाँ रहकर और पूरे समर्पण के साथ with just a full devotion, because each and every presentation that I saw, I could see was extremely well prepared. And I am unfortunate that I could not hear Meg Sundaram ji, because there is one more workshop is going on in the center on the other side. So I had to join that conference, that workshop, because one of the senior scholars was present there. So I could not hear you, sir, but it is recorded. I was connected in the YouTube. So here I will mention only one shloka of Mahimna Stotra. Mahimna parante paramavidusho yat yasadrishi stutir brahmadinam api tadavasannastvai giraha. Even one more verse is very important in Mahimna Stotra. Asitagiri samam syat kajjalam sindhupatre surataruvar shakha likhani patramurve likhati yadi grihitva sharada sarvakalam tadapitava gunanam ishaparam nayati. तो ये है भगवान शंकर की महिमा. असितगिरि समम सात कज्जलम सिंधु पात्रे. आप कज्जल का जो पर्वत है उसको समुद्र रूपी दवात में मिला दीजिए, और पृथ्वी को लेखनी मिला लीजिए, और कल्पतरु को पृथ्वी को आप पत्र बना लीजिए, और कल्पतरु की शाखाओं को लेखनी, तब भी आप भगवान शंकर की महिमा को प्रस्तुत नहीं कर सकते. इतनी विशाल क्षेत्र है हमारे यहाँ भगवान शंकर का. दूसरा एक पद्य जो महिम्न स्तोत्र में मिलता है वो है त्रयी सांख्यम योग पशुपतिमतम वैष्णवमिति प्रभिन्ने प्रस्थाने परमिदमदपथ्यमिति च रुचीनाम वैचित्र्याद् ऋजुकुटिलनानापतजुषां नृणामेको गम्यस्त्वमसि पयसामरणवैव. संसार की सारी नदियाँ कहाँ मिलती हैं? जाके समुद्र में मिलती हैं. और वैसे ही संसार की जितनी भी धाराएं हैं, विचार धाराएं हैं, चाहे वो त्रयी की धारा हो, चाहे सांख्य की धारा हो, योग की धारा हो, पशुपति की धारा, वैष्णव हो, वो सब की सब कहाँ आके मिलती हैं? उनके रास्ते अलग हो सकते हैं, लेकिन उनका गंतव्य एक ही है, वो है शिव तत्व, भगवान शंकर. तो ये इस पर मधुसूदन सरस्वती जी की जो टीका है उसको प्रस्थान त्रयी के रूप में माना जाता है. उसमें उन्होंने श्रीमद् भगवद गीता, ब्रह्मसूत्र और उपनिषद के संपूर्ण सार को प्रस्तुत कर दिया. इसी एक श्लोक की व्याख्या यदि हम महिम्न स्तोत्र में मधुसूदन सरस्वती जी की पढ़ लें तो बहुत सी बातें हमको मालूम हो सकती है. So far as the Bharat Adhyan Kendra is concerned, we were having in the initial stage lot of budget, 25 crore rupees, the starting stage. But that was dissolved in the overall budget of the country, ultimately. We could invest a maximum amount of it in a very limited period, about 7 to 8 months. We are given to invest 25 crores. But we've invested most of it, about 80% of it was invested. But the rest of the amount, because 5-year plan was dissolved, and rest of the amount was pooled in the entire budget of the country. But now the center has become a permanent part of the university, permanent department of the university, and it has received a very limited grant of 1 lakh rupees per annum, but not per month, from the UGC. That's the beginning, I think. And from the special fund of the university, the salaries are being paid. The earnings that the university have on its savings, the salaries are being paid. That's not been discontinued. That's a great favor that the university is doing. So the whatsoever earnings that the university has on its corpus, from that the salary is being paid of these fellows and of the non-teaching staffs. And I'm on the other side, this is an additional charge. I am professor in the Department of Sanskrit. So university is doing a great favor. For the existence of the Bharat Adhyan Kendra, the Banaras Hindu University has made a lot of sacrifices. And the initial plan that was prepared by the university and the executive council was so well logically prepared that I took the charge just looking at the plan, that how they have planned the financing of the center. And now we are, you talked about the corporate social responsibility. Under the corporate social responsibility, you will be happy to learn that this center has received the maximum response. Number of corporate sectors, from the people from the corporate sectors have visited our center, and they have assured, and some of them has given money to the university also for Bharat Adhyan Kendra. So far as the financial crisis is concerned, that will also be dissolved, and it is because of your attachment, sir.
Thank you.
The Indica came here. This is for the second time you are visiting. So the institutions like the international institutions have international acclaim. When they joined Bharat Adhyan Kendra, then Bharat Adhyan Kendra also came in forefront, and these people of the corporate sector have expressed their deep desire to finance the center for its future plans. And I think that will also be done. So far as the UGC is concerned, UGC has given us 4 permanent posts, 3 of the assistant professors and 1 of the associate professors. And it is the lacuna of the university system that we could not make selections on those posts, but they will be done. Because for the last 9 months, there was no permanent vice chancellor in the university. There is no executive council in the university. So this is the actual situation. And before that, the great pandemic. So even then we survived, and we are on this stage, and you conducted this conference. So far as the research approach is concerned, sir, Bharat Adhyan Kendra is actually formed to go to the text, to go deep into the text, take out the logical points, and inform to the public. You will be happy to learn that for the first time in the history of the Bharat Adhyan Kendra, a great workshop on Smritis, concentrating on Manusmriti, was held. Some of the senior scholars even advised not to touch it, because several misconceptions are raised by the political bodies. So we just overlooked that. We consulted the highest scholar of the Dharma Shastra, Swaiji, Brishkishore Swaiji from Odisha. He came over here, he stayed here for 15 days, planned the workshop, and it was executed excellently. About more than 200 participants from the university, more than 15 to 16 teachers of the universities joined it.
We'd like to
Braj Kishore Swaiji. He's a great scholar, deep scholar. Each and every misconceptions were logically answered. And none of the people raised any question against Smritis in the workshop. So these types of things that we have done, we did a very good workshop on Puranas. And the scholars, those who are available in Varanasi, in Sanskrit University, in Kashi Vidyapit, in Banaras Hindu University, in Loka Vidya. Amit is here on the stage. He is a hard worker on Loka Bhashas, Braj Bhasha, Avadhi Bhasha, Magadhi Bhasha, Bhojpuri Bhasha, Chhattisgarhi Bhasha, the hidden literature in these languages which are not enlisted in the constitution. That was also brought into the light. And we identified the scholars who are devoted for the promotion of these languages, the literature of these languages. And they came here and they made an excellent presentation. So these types of things are informally done by the Bharat Adhyan Kendra for the last 4 years. But 1.5 years were very critical. So the entire journey of the Bharat Adhyan Kendra, exactly the functional journey is of about 3.5. But during pandemic, what we did, we prepared an extremely exclusive course of MA in Hindu Studies, and it is implemented. And on 2nd May, the first paper of the MA, first semester, first examination of the MA in Hindu Studies is scheduled on the 2nd May. So, yes, sir. And yes, sir. What the pandemic period, we sat here and took the job of preparing the course curriculum, and it has been implemented successfully. And there are no restrictions. Any stream student completing graduation from any stream can join this course. So number of students from medical, number of students from engineering, MBA, MCom, they have joined this course, and they have been with great interest attending all the lectures, online lectures. And the next semester, I think it will be offline. We made the studies of all the courses, the Oxford courses, whatever in America, whatever in Europe, on Hindu studies. We collected all the courses online, whatever available, but they were very limited. And the concepts that they prescribed in their curriculum were controversial. The controversial things were prescribed. They were not prescribed in a logical way. तो हमने क्या किया है कि सिद्धांत को पहले रखा, फिर इवेल्युएशन ऑफ द सिद्धांत, प्रमाण थ्योरी. तो हमने सिद्धांतों को पहले रखा, तत्व मीमांसा, प्रमाण मीमांसा, और उसके बाद हमने उसकी प्रैक्टिस को रखा. इट इज नॉट दैट दीज थिंग्स वर केप्ट इन द बुक्स, लिमिटेड टू द बुक्स. दे ट्रांसफर्ड इनटू आवर लाइफ. हमारे जीवन में वो उतरी और उतर के वो लोक तक पहुंची. तो फॉर दैट वी हैव मेड 2 separate core papers of Ramayana and Mahabharata. So how these theories, how this Pramana Mimamsa is actually projected in these 2 texts will be taught in this particular course. So this is the achievement of the pandemic, sir. Yes. Yes, details of the course are available, otherwise we can make you available. So 16 complete regular courses. So that is a great achievement, and even the government of India is also recognizing it. It is enlisted in the UGC. And
gives a flip to all such courses.
Yes.
New education policy.
New education. This is the outcome of the new education policy. New education policy. And second thing is that the UGC has recognized it. And very soon, national educational test, that is NET examination for PhD, will be declared. So that's another step, another great step that we have achieved. So these are the things. And for the second semester, from 15 to 17, a workshop is scheduled in Delhi for the training of the teachers, how the second semester courses will be taught to the students. So the trainings will be held in for 3 days training. So all of we will leave for Delhi, we will live there and have the training, whatsoever approach there will be. So these are the things that Bharat Adhyan Kendra have been doing for the last year. And और आप सबके जुड़ने से, आप सब विद्वानों के आने से हमारा गौरव बढ़ता है, हमारा बल बढ़ता है, हमारी प्रतिष्ठा बढ़ती है और हमारे उद्देश्यों को सफलता मिलती है। इसके लिए मैं आप सबके प्रति हृदय से काशी हिंदू विश्वविद्यालय, महामना पंडित मदन मोहन मालवीय जी की इस तपस्थली की तरफ से, समस्त अध्यापकों की तरफ से हृदय से साधुवाद व्यक्त करता हूँ, कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करता हूँ। और भविष्य में भी आप जब हमको अवसर यदि देंगे तो हम आपके उद्देश्यों के अनुरूप खरा उतरेंगे, ऐसा हमको पूरा विश्वास है। इसी शब्द के साथ